Hello and welcome to ENI UK and Europe edition. I'm Love and Cecil reporting from London. We will be bringing you news reports from the United Kingdom and Europe. We also have live reporters on standby, ready to give their reports. Here's our lineup today. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson welcomes the support of World Health Organization for Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. EU forecasts lower economic growth in 2021, but expects to reach pre-pandemic level in 2022. We now go to our live reporters. On standby is Ashley Espiritu, our correspondent from the United Kingdom. Ashley?
Thank you for having me, Lavan. Today, I will be reporting on London's thinnest home that is now on sale on the market for just under £1 million.
Thank you, Ashley. Next up is Aribel Celestino, also from the United Kingdom. Aribel, what are you reporting for us today?
Today, I will be reporting about how Prince became a granddad after his daughter, Jeannie, gave birth on Tuesday.
Thank you. From EBC Italy Bureau, Rome's Fiumicino Airport is a new COVID-19 vaccination center. This is a news report by correspondent Robbie Lee Malabanan. From BBC Germany, Eva Marie Kraus will share with us some useful tips on how to stay productive during lockdown. From EBC Switzerland Bureau, we'll be shown what it's like to have unusual pets at home, such as the tarantulas. This is a report by Abby Ordinario. We will also end today's show with our final segment, View from Our Window. And this week, we will show you an island in Föhr located a few miles off the coast of northern Germany. So looking forward to sharing with you more about that view. But first, we go to our main news headlines. The AstraZeneca Oxford COVID-19 vaccine can be used for people aged over 65 and also where coronavirus variants of concern are circulating. WHO experts said on Wednesday, soothing fears about the jab. Here's British Prime Minister Boris Johnson with his statement.
That these vaccines are safe and effective, and it was good to see the World Health Organization today confirm its support for the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine for use in everyone over the age of 18 and obviously everyone over 65. And also supporting the 12-week interval between the two doses. Indeed, they say the longer interval provides greater protection.
The World Health Organization's 15-member Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization, or SAGE, issued interim recommendations for when and how to use the two-shot vaccine, which has yet to receive WHO emergency use authorization. The announcement came after the vaccine suffered several setbacks, raising questions about whether it was appropriate to use it on older people, or in places where a variant of the virus first found in South Africa is circulating. SAGE Chief Alejandro Cravioto acknowledged the lack of data on the vaccine's efficacy for people aged over 65, which has prompted a number of countries to withhold recommending its use in older people who are by far the most vulnerable to the virus. SAGE, which advises the WHO on overall global vaccine policies and strategies, has already issued advice on the usage of the Pfizer-BioNTech and the Moderna vaccines. AstraZeneca's vaccine is currently vital part of COVAX, the system set up by WHO and others to procure COVID-19 jabs and ensure their equitable distribution around the world. If granted, those doses could start to be distributed to some of the world's poorest countries via COVAX. The EU forecasts that GDP growth in 2021 would hit 3.8%, this down from its earlier forecast of 4.2% last November. However, Paolo Gentiloni, EU Commissioner for Economy, announced that they are eyeing a big rebound on 2022. Prediction for next year's growth has been increased to 3.8% instead of only 3%. According to Gentolini, the recession in 2020 was not as deep as expected, and delivery of vaccines is also making a positive impact. The EU is projecting to reach its pre-pandemic levels in 2022. This growth level is faster than they had previously projected, but it's expected that the recovery would be uneven among member states. The Economy Commissioner strongly cautioned that the region remains in the grip of the pandemic and its social and economic consequences. The growth forecast was made with the assumption that containment measures would remain strict in March, with a gradual ease around the second half of the year. The various variants remain a big risk and could delay the end of restrictions and lockdowns. The current forecasts do not include the impact of the EU's recovery plan of 750 billion euros, which it hopes to start injecting through grants and loans into the economy. It's now time for a break. Please come back for more E&I, UK and Europe edition.
Events happen around us all the time, in our community, in our country, around the world. Events that affect people, move communities, or simply inspire us. Interesting events that people need to know. In these interesting times, we continue to be a competent partner in delivering news about these events. Fast, accurate, balanced. Eagle News, because we live in interesting times.
Impormasyong mahalaga sa taong bayan. Patas na pagbabalita. Papakinggan ang magkabilang panig. Lilinawin ang mga issue at kaagad na ihahatid ng objektibo. Mata ng Agila. Tumadagit ng pinakasariwang pangyayari, hindi lamang sa loob ng bansa, kundi sa iba't ibang panig ng daigdig. Mula sa Eagle News Teams at sa tulong ng makabagong teknolohiya, tiyak na makakalap kaagad ang katotohanan. Para sa mas matalas, malinaw at malalimang pagbabalita. Ito ang mas pinatalas na Mata ng Agila. Inihahatid ng veteranong broadcast journalist na si Eli Saludar. Kasama si Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental 2019, Emma Tiglao. At pinangungunahan ng batikang mamamahayag ng bansa, Vic De Leon Lima. Mata ng Agila, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 6 hanggang alas 8 ng gabi. Dito sa Net 25.
Welcome back to E&I UK and Europe edition. I'm Love and Season from London. Here are some more interesting stories from around the UK this week. A house on sale in London is drawing a lot of attention. Ashley Espiritu is here to give us the details. Hi, Ashley.
Hello, Lavan, thank you. London is very much known for its beautiful architecture, the ancient buildings across London roads, Palace of Westminster, Trafalgar Square, Tower of London, London Eye, art galleries and Big Ben. New to London's list is London's thinnest house. The thin London home can be found in Shepherd's Bush, squeezed between a GP and a hair salon. It's a 5-story, 2-bedroom house and is now on sale on the market for £950,000. The narrowest point in the home is approximately 1.6 meters wide. This unique home actually goes way back to the Victorian era. In the late 19th century, it was originally a Victorian hat shop with some few living quarters on the top floors, which is why it has become very popular to buyers as it has this unique history and an old-fashioned exterior. The house has also been very popular for having a spiral staircase, a roof terrace, and a master bedroom that you can only enter through a hatch in the floor. David Myers, the assistant sales manager at Winkworth Estate Agents, tells us about the uniqueness of the home. Let's listen in.
The house is simply so special because of how unique it is. There's no houses in London that are 5'6". There's no houses in London that there are houses in London that are 5 stories high, but not have such a unique space, such individuality. The history that comes from this house, from the owners that owned it in the past, they've all put their own stamp on it. It's a bit of London magic. It's chic, it's beautiful, and that's why this whole house will sell to someone who's an arty type, a bohemian, a young couple or an individual that sees the beauty for what it is and will snap it up and see the value.
If the asking price is met, the value of the house would have doubled since 2006, when it was sold for £488,500. Back to you, Lavan.
Thank you, Ashley. It's really amusing to hear about that. Can you describe to us what it's like inside the house and the different floors it holds?
Yes, Lavan. Well, on the ground floor, there's a small reception, and at the end of the thin house, there's the kitchen, where it is the narrowest point that can also be turned into a dining area. Leading up to the first floor, we have the first bedroom with a study area and a roof terrace with views of West London. The spiral staircase, as I mentioned, lead up to the second floor where the bathroom is located. Then through the hatch up to the third floor, there's the master bedroom. The master bed takes up an entire end of the room. So, Love, and as you see, although the house is small, its structure and history is very unique, and that's why it's become so popular to Londoners. Back to you.
Thank you, Ashley, for bringing us that story.
Thank you for having me, Lavan. I'm Ashley Spiritu, BBC London correspondent, and we live in interesting times.
Now moving on, the British royal family welcomes a new baby boy. Here's Aribel Celestino to give us an update. Hello, Aribel.
Hello, Lovin. And yes, Britain's Prince Andrew became a grandfather after his youngest daughter, Princess Eugenie, gave birth to a baby boy, the 9th great-grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II, Buckingham Palace said in a statement. Eugenie, 30 years old, gave birth to her first child just before 9 o'clock GMT on Tuesday, the 9th of February 2021. With her husband, Jack Brooksbank, in attendance at the private Portland Hospital in central London, the palace added in a statement. In addition to this, Prince Andrew shares the same birthday month as the new royal baby, so it seems that February will be an exciting month for the York family, as there are 2 birthdays to celebrate. The Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Duke of York, Sarah, Duchess of York, and Mr. and Mrs. George Brooksbank have been informed and are delighted with the news. Andrew is the Duke of York, and Sarah is his ex-wife. Her Royal Highness and her child are both doing well. Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank wed at a glitzy wedding at Windsor Castle in 2018. Eugenie and her elder sister Beatrice, who married her Italian businessman husband last year, are 10th and 9th in the line of succession to the British throne respectively. Loven?
Thank you, Aribel. So with the birth of a royal baby, many people surely are eagerly waiting for the announcement of the baby's name. So are there front runners as to what could be the name of Princess Eugenie's newborn child?
Well, Loven, as we are waiting for the new royal baby boy's name to be announced, a family moniker is trying to guess and suggest what name they might give to him. It's been said that Philip might be the name for the baby, as it would have a special significance to Princess Eugenie, since Prince Philip, her grandfather, will celebrate his 100th birthday in June. Others say it might be Arthur or Oliver, but I guess we just need to wait patiently. Loven?
Thank you for bringing us that report and for joining us today, Aribel. Hope to see you again in our show.
Thank you again for having me. Reporting from London, United Kingdom, I'm Aribel Celestino. We live in interesting times.
Now time for a break. Please come back for more ENI and UK Europe edition.
Sa Samahan sina Wedge Kujamat,
Itong balitang panggising sa ulo ng mga balita.
Apple David,
Sa 60 katao ang isinugod sa ospital.
Phoebe Publico
Economic sabotage ang mga tiwaling negosyante.
at Cristel Fesalbon
Pagpresyo ng gulay, makakausap natin
para iatid sa inyo ang mga kaganapan at pangyayari sa bansa at sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Mga napapanahong isyu ng bayan. May balitang sports, entertainment at iba pang kaalaman. Simula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng umaga sa paborito nyong morning show, Pambansang Almusal, dito sa Net 25.
Pambansang Almusal.
The beauty sector is rich with possibilities that generates millions of pesos. From salons, barbershops, and spa, entrepreneurs out there can pursue opportunities and build a successful business in the demanding and ever-changing business of beauty. We have a young beauty entrepreneur who will share how she is fighting to remain in business in spite of the pandemic.
As an entrepreneur, kailangan talaga we have to innovate and hindi tayo dapat magpahuli, not just in terms of marketing and being present in different platforms, but we want our clients to be happy.
Ara Jaisal Giao, CEO of Bandara Aesthetics Elite, will be with us in this week's episode of Open for Business.
Welcome back to ENI UK and Europe edition. I'm Love Van Season reporting from London. Here are some more interesting stories in Europe this week. Italy continues its fight against the pandemic and inaugurates a new vaccination center at Rome's Fiumicino Airport. Robili Malabanan reports. Let's take a look.
Hello from Italy today. We will be talking about its first major national COVID-19 vaccination hub to open at an airport. We are talking about Rome's principal airport situated in Fiumicino, also known as Leonardo da Vinci Airport. Launching on February 15, this 1,500 square meter hub, comprised of 6 tensile structures, will have the capacity to administer 3,000 vaccines per day, treating up to 30 people at a time. This initiative is a joint collaboration between the management company, Aeroporti di Roma, the Lazio region, the Italian Red Cross, and Rome's Spallanzani Institute. The hub will be organized under tents divided into 25 vaccination stations, 20 registration zones, 10 rooms for medical checkups, a 240-seater post-vaccination area, and a car parking area with about 600 reserved spaces. After recently celebrating its 60th anniversary, this is the latest initiative by the award-winning Rome Airport in Italy's battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. Last August, Fiumicino and Rome's smaller airport Ciampino became the first airports in the European Union to achieve the airport health accreditation to fight against the spread of coronavirus from the Airports Council International. A month later, Fiumicino began offering drive-in coronavirus tests prior to becoming the world's first airport to obtain the COVID-19 5-star airport rating from the principal rating and assessment company in the international airport sector, Skytrax. Aeroporti di Roma then launched COVID-free flights between Rome and Milan, offering rapid tests to passengers departing on certain daily flights between Italy's 2 major cities. The COVID-free model was extended last December to certain Alitalia and Delta flights between Fiumicino and the United States. Reporting from Rome, Italy, this is Robili Malabanan. We live in interesting times.
Thank you for bringing us this report, Robili. Now, with many restrictions in place due to the pandemic, here's a report from our Germany Bureau on how to stay productive during lockdown. Here's Eva Marie Krause with the report. Let's take a look.
Are you also wondering what you could do to make the most of this time staying at home? we want to share a couple of tips that could help you to stay productive during the lockdown.
Let's start with the first tip. Redecorate your room. As of now, it is quite difficult to visit different places. So why not change some things in your room to give yourself some sort of change of scene? You could simply add a new plant, get some new decorations, move the furniture around, or even paint your walls in a different color. Just be creative. Learn how to make healthy dishes. Look up some recipes online for your breakfast, lunch, or maybe even dinner. It does not always have to be super complicated. There are a lot of quick and easy ways to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. I'm sure your body will thank you for that.
Let's continue. How about reading a book?
You could use this time by rereading your favorite book. You could also check the new bestsellers or even ask your friends for suggestions on new reading material. Another way of being productive is cleaning your devices and digitally decluttering them. What does that mean? Since we spend most of our time at home, we use our technical gadgets more frequently, which can result in using up all the storage we have. So try and get rid of old documents or structure them so they can be easily accessed when you need them. And of course, make sure to keep your gadgets clean. Let's continue with tip number 5. Learn a new language. This can come in handy for the next trip you have planned after it is safe to travel again. Just make sure to keep it consistent and be patient with yourself. It can also be helpful in staying productive by setting a routine for your mornings. That means set a certain time for you to wake up and make sure you don't go to sleep too late the night before. Freshen yourself up by taking a shower, brushing your teeth, and changing into an outfit that you would usually wear going to school or work. And then start your day off right by having a nice breakfast meal and maybe doing some quick exercises. Speaking of exercises, since we are at home most of the time, we should try and keep ourselves fit in doing quick exercises and workouts. Make it a part of your resolutions for this year, and if you need some motivation, ask your friends to join you. Or you can also challenge each other to actually make it more fun doing workouts. Keeping yourself motivated is also key when it comes to being productive. So how about writing down some uplifting notes to remind yourself to stay positive and keep going? Same goes for your goals and ideas. Start with a book to write down all the random ideas you might come up with during this lockdown and focus on your goals. You can always give yourself a nudge by picking up that book to affirm what you want to achieve in this year or even in the next couple of years. Most importantly is this last tip we have for you. Spend time with your family and friends to video chat. We often claim that we do not have time for video calls, or when you're out, it might be too noisy to have a proper conversation. So when you're just at home and not sure what to do, give your family members and your friends a quick call to catch up, to make sure they are okay. So that, in this way, we can somehow stay connected with them.
We hope that these tips were helpful and that they will help you to stay productive during lockdown. I'm Eva Marie Krause from Eagle News International, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you, EBC Germany, for those fresh and helpful tips. We now go to Zurich, Switzerland, to discover how to care for unusual pets. Here's a report by Abby Ordinario. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Ebby and I'm here with my friend CJ. And today we're going to do something special with CJ and his friends. What are we going to do?
Today we're going to water and feed my friends.
Okay, so to find out who his friends are, stay tuned and continue watching.
Ever since CJ was small, he has always been fascinated by having exotic pets. Today, CJ has 41 tarantulas in his bedroom, coming from 10 different species. Tarantulas are a group of hairy spiders, which can release their urticating hairs by kicking with the back legs, causing irritation to the nose and eyes of the attackers. CJ feeds his spiders once a week with small roaches and makes sure there is always enough water for them. From Zurich, Switzerland, I'm Ebby Ordinario, and we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Abby, for that amusing report. It may not be for everyone, but certainly a good hobby for arachnid enthusiasts. Now, in our final segment, today's view from our window. We go to the island of Föhr, located a few miles off the coast of northern Germany. Locally, Föhr is known as the Green Island, an ideal location after a busy schedule of touring the big cities of northern Germany. It is the second largest island in the North Sea. The island's financial resources are made up predominantly of beef and sheep farming, but due to the increasing number of tourists who have found this peaceful and relaxing site just off the German mainland, tourism has started to play an increasingly large part of the well-being of Föhr's economy. This view is courtesy of Elsa Paras from Germany. Thank you for this view, Elsa. That's it for our program this week. We hope that you stay safe and keep positive as we bring you more stories next week from the United Kingdom and Europe. I'm Love Ann Season, and we'll live in interesting times.
Ngayong linggo naman ay 3 sa ating mga kababayan ang lulusok sa mas tumitinding hamon na TNG stage as they battle it out for a shot at their dreams and the 2 million peso grand prize! Let's go! Ito po ang Baggies na Galing Part 2 Dance Edition.